What's up, guys? It's your boy Mamaloy, back with another YouTube video. What's up, guys? It's your boy Mamaloy, back with another YouTube video. Who are you? I've got another collab video for you today, and if you've been keeping up with Coach Joey's videos, you've probably already seen this guy. It is Coach JR from Believe Elite Training. He teaches a bunch of athletes at his facility. Actually also teaches an MMA fighter. So today we are going to go over a lot of tips for being a better athlete here. We give 3 tips, and it is myself, Coach Joey, and Coach JR talking about how to be a better athlete. Hope you guys enjoy. Also, if it looks like our souls have been sucked out during this video, it's probably because they were. We just finished up a pretty killer conditioning video right before we did this talk, so if we look like we're dying on camera, it's probably why. What is up? Coach Matt here at the Lion's Den, and Coach Matt here at the Lion's Den, and today I've got Matt here at the Lion's Den.
It's like it's looking into my soul.
And today I've got some friends with me, so we have a face you all should recognize. It's Coach Joey, and we've got JR with us from Believe Elite Athletic Training. So we're just gonna do some tips for you guys that want to be more athletic in 2019 here. All right, so JR, what would be your first tip for helping out getting more athletic here?
For helping out getting more athletic, there's so many things that we can touch upon. I think, pertaining to my group of athletes, I think coming into sessions with the right mindset, having a specific goal for your season,
definitely,
I think is a huge component of actually getting to that goal. You have to create that vision and then have coaches have the help to, blueprint it out for you and then take action.
Gotcha. Yeah, so guys, mindset, huge with training. You can't be going up to your lifts, to your conditioning with that negative attitude, always approaching it with that, lion mindset, approaching all those lifts as aggressively and as positively as you possibly can. Joe, you have anything to say on mindset?
On mindset, I mean, a lot of it comes from what we've talked about actually in a video that'll be on JR's channel about the group that you train with and the people you surround yourself with. You don't want to surround yourself with negative people, or as we call them, haters, or just naysayers, or just energy vampires. So you want to be around people who are going to be positive and motivate you and push you. Kind of on the coaching aspect though, I would say for me as a coach in the strength training realm for athletes is just really put the time into building the foundation and that base. So doing your squat, your bench, your deadlift, your overhead press, not wasting so much time on the little things and like the fancy exercises. For someone who's younger, we get that a lot probably. It's like you got to put that foundational base on there first, especially if you want to dominate 2019.
Awesome. So another big thing here with the athletic training, guys, and something not a lot of people want to hear about is the conditioning side of things. And I'm going to be honest here, myself, I'm just getting back into conditioning. Used to be an endurance athlete way back when, kind of let it fall to the wayside, and just did my strength. And I was like, you know what? The strength is all I really need, but that conditioning is a huge component. Whether you're a powerlifter, if you're a strongman, you definitely got to be doing it, no question there. But it's a huge component of your training. You're going to be able to do more reps with your sets. Those 1-rep maxes aren't going to feel as terrible if you have a good conditioning base behind you. JR, do you see any principles with your athletes that helps them with their conditioning, gets them through conditioning better, anything like that?
Well, since we're catering a lot to athletes, the interval stuff to me, that's fun for me. I was a college basketball player, so just it brings out competitiveness, I feel. I hate running long distance. Like, I've never been a long distance guy. To each their own, whoever likes that. But from an athlete standpoint, you need those bursts. You need that the first 5 yards, the first 7 yards is when you're really kicking it. Those 10 to 20 seconds of just give it all you got. So I think just, there's so many things, again, that you could talk about with it. We touched upon the mindset thing. If you're eating right and you're feeling good, you're hydrating right, drinking enough water, you're going to be able to go through those workouts. The athletic component that we just did, super hard, but again, it's competitive. You're challenging yourself, and then if you do have that team around you, you have a good core group of people that you can train with. Listen, I saw Joe grab the sled, and I was like, I don't want to lose.
Yeah.
So it's just like it's ingrained in you, and from an athlete, I mean, if you're a true athlete, you want to compete, and regardless if you were an athlete, I mean, I was an athlete like 20 years ago now, and I've still got it in me. So I just think, that group is great, but the way you approach, like you said, the way you approach your workouts and just talking to yourself. I mean, like, I could barely breathe, so I'm not having a conversation with you guys, and I'm telling myself I gotta keep going, So
yeah.
That's the best tip I can give for conditioning. It's not fun. It's just not, But if you really want to get to that next level of fitness and compete hard, you got to do it.
Definitely agree there. Joe, you have something to hop in here?
I would say just self-discipline. You know, if you want to be the best or the top at anything, you got to do what you know you should do, whether you feel like it or not. And conditioning is one of those. In regards to, you know, strongman or powerlifting or whatever sport, I'm a big fan of doing Tabata style conditioning. You know, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, or like what we saw in the other previous video, which we'll link somewhere, is the every minute on the minute. You know, I've really gotten better in my performance by putting in the every minute on the minute stuff. I was saying to these guys, the strongman competition typically is less than 5 minutes, so you're going to be very explosive, moving as fast as possible. But just like we have said before, like you want to have that base. So, you know, getting some sort of aerobic activity in throughout the week, maybe once or twice, just as simple as, you know, going for a walk or maybe like a light jog, which if you're an athlete, you've done that at some point. Okay, so you're going to come across that. But just having that base and then still, you know, being as explosive as possible, getting into conditioning, that's definitely going to help you out.
It's a great point, and just to keep going with that, just get started. Just do it and just try to build some consistency, and it goes a long way. Week after week, you will get better, like you said. And you're a top tier athlete. You know, you see your performance get better, and you just kind of you crave more after a while because you know it works. But you got to be consistent.
Definitely going off that. With the New Year's vibe, there's never like a right time to get started with these things. Just bite the bullet, get started with the conditioning. Doesn't have to be the most perfect setup off the start. Just get started with it and get that base going, and you'll get better over time with that. All right, so last thing here, and something everyone in strength sports, athletics wants to know about, is being more explosive, whether it's throwing something harder, jumping higher. Jared, do you have any tips for either programming or styles of training you can do to be a more explosive athlete?
Well, whenever I hear explosiveness, you know, you think power, you think strength. So you got to have days where you are lifting and you're moving some weight. I think if you program, you know, strategically and correctly, maybe the first part of your week is more of the lifting, and the second half of the week you're working on, you know, maybe the tire flips or the med ball tosses or things that actually are action items, you know, where you're moving something for a distance. I think that's really what helps athletes. Plus, it makes it fun. You know, you're moving tires, you're doing weighted carries, your sledgehammers, things like that. Sled pushes, you know, that's a great way to. I teach a lot with the sled push with stride length. A lot of my athletes don't understand, like, we need the longer stride, but again, the strength builds that speed. So I would say, as far as programming goes for athletes in my world and like the collegiate and high school levels, you have your strength days, and then you have those days where you're actually, you know, making an attempt to go do those workouts.
Awesome.
Definitely. I would say, just to piggyback off of that, is, you know, a lot of people think that they have to do tons and tons of volume. Well, I would say if you're trying to get more explosive in regards to that, you want to keep the intensity really high and the volume, I would say, a lot lower. Typically people associate that with Olympic lifting. You know, you hear that all the time with do the Olympic lifts, you'll get more explosive. That is correct, but a lot of people do it at the wrong intensity. So you want to make sure that you're kind of finding the right spot when you're doing those lifts or that. But like he said, you know, you want to stay intense, short bursts, okay, making sure your form and your technique is on point. And I always think strength down the road wins. If you have two athletes who are both the same across the board, but you have one guy who is getting stronger than the other, I think he's going to come out top dog in the end. So, you know, putting it all together, it's just going to be kind of an accumulation of all those skills and tricks that's going to make you superior compared to other people on the field or wherever you're at.
Awesome. So Joe just mentioned a huge part with your explosive programming, guys. It's not going to be that higher volume style training. It is going to be pretty low volume, full rest in between. So I was joking with Joe the other day. I'm practicing for a med ball toss here, or a sandbag toss, sorry. And I was doing 4 sets of 3 reps, and I did a full 15-minute warm-up for a total of 12 reps, which sounds kind of funny, but you're focusing in on each rep as explosive as you possibly can be. Not a whole lot of volume, long rest periods, and just full focus, max effort on every single attempt there. So I think that's huge there.
Yeah, man.
I like what you just said about the rest periods, because I think that's also something that social media just like kills. You need to rest. You know, like if you're really going to get the most out of your body and push the tank, like we rested with the athletic component, and even, you know, with the strongman, you still had enough time to recover. If you can't go at it 100%, then you, like for me, like as a coach to a lot of athletes, I don't want to make you tired. I want to make you feel strong and be able to do the workout correctly.
Yep.
So those rest periods are really beneficial for any events that you're doing.
All right, guys, so that'll wrap it up for the video. That's 3 tips for you for being a better athlete in 2019. We got JR here from Believe Elite Athletic Training. You're gonna see some videos from him with Joey, and we'll have one on his channel, so definitely make sure to check him out, subscribe to him. You all should already be subscribed to Joey since he's the one who probably brought you to me, so you all know Coach Joe. Thanks so much, guys, for being on the video.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it, man.
And we'll see you.